What's up, everybody, and welcome into the Liquid Trucking Podcast. I'm your host, Marcus, and with me, of course, is my co-host, Amanda. Thank you so much for being here today, everybody that's listening, and also Amanda. Welcome in. This is an exciting episode for us, our Father's Day special.
Absolutely, especially considering one of the very special men in my life. My stepdad is my tie to the trucking industry, so I feel like this is an extra special episode because I might actually be able to get him to listen in.
Hey, there you go. That's great. That's great. Well, I know, my dad is one of our most avid listeners. He used to be a sawmill manager, and he's worked in forestry a lot of his life, so he loves to hear about the trucking stuff. And I will just get this out of the way right now. Want to say Happy Father's Day to Les out there listening in Northeast Oregon, and hope you guys have a fantastic weekend as always. He's dealing with a little bit of a shoulder surgery rehab right now, so we haven't been able to play golf for a while. But I know that the shoulder's going to be okay by hunting season, Amanda, so we're going to get out there and beat the brush up a little bit again this year. But my dad's such an important influence in my life. The sense of humor, it comes from him and my mom both. But we had this household where my dad and my mom had this special relationship where he was constantly giving her guff, and she took it on the chin like a champion and always laughed it off. And as I started to grow old enough to figure out what was going on, she then had two of those people giving her guff in the house for the rest of, my formative years. So, but always listening to this, always hearing both of us chat about everything we do. And so, again, happy Father's Day, Dad. Hope it's a good one. Look for the card in the mail for sure. And I understand like you said, your stepdad. You've also mentioned your pop on the show before. I know that there's a lot of fatherly influence in your life as well.
Well,
Amanda.
I'll say the giving of guff is like such a great way to bond, because literally when I first met Pop, when he first started dating my mother, we all had a dinner together. That's how I met him. And the first time my mom said something snarky, which was not uncommon, and he dished it back. I said, he's the one. I knew it. And he's been giving her guff back ever since. So, we're going on the better part of 2 decades now with Poppy and a part of our family. So giving of guff, that's what made me love that man and accept him into our family. So no guff, no Pop.
Now, how's that in your house now? Are you guys, do you guys get pretty sharp-tongued with one another? Are you, and obviously this is meant to be in a fun way. I don't want to hear about any fights that you might have, because mine scare me bad enough. So let's just talk about the good times. But are you and your man constantly kind of bantering back and forth like that? Do you see a lot of what went on when you were a kid in your household today?
My goodness, yes. The stepdaughter gets to see the majority of it. She goes into high school at the end of the summer, so she's right at that age where she thinks we're super annoying but like cute at the same time. And we are savage with your mom jokes. We are just, it's so bad. And sometimes I have to look at her and be like, I'm not really talking about your grandma. It's like a hypothetical mom, but we get pretty bad with it. And it's all in good fun. We just have a good time like that.
Hey, I'm a big your mom joke proponent. It got me my first job in radio, and that turned into an almost 10-year career. And so I will say this, it might be kind of a generational thing, but never hurts to have a couple good your mom jokes in the back of your back pocket. I'll tell you that right now. It's just, you never know what doors it might open. That's all I'll say. But I love that too, because Ashley and I are very let's be honest, I'm the talker in the family. She is nothing like me as far as always constantly running her mouth. She stays pretty quiet, but she gets me sometimes. There's Ashley's, they don't cut deep in a way that hurts. They cut deep in a way that's like, that person knows me better than anyone in the world. And I can't fight what she just said. It's true. It's painfully true, but I will say this, she does such a good job with me, basically just kind of dealing with it. The other day, she got this new French press coffee maker, and when she empties it, she takes the filter over to the garbage can and throws the old filter away and puts a new one on. And a lot of times there will be what looks like watery dog poop spots on the floor, on our white ceramic tile floor. And I'm never actually mad about it. It really doesn't get under my skin, but I'll walk out there and be like, Jesus Christ, woman, what'd you do in the kitchen? And she'll be like, just roll her eyes, I'm sure, in the other room. So that type of stuff definitely is influential on you. And that's a lot of what we're here to talk about today is the influence that our dads had on us. And also our drivers are going to talk a lot about the influence that they try to impart on their children. And before we get to the interview, Amanda, I want to ask you about that. Like, how much, and this is coming from somebody who doesn't have any kids, obviously, so it's something I really can't relate to, but how much do you consciously think about the things that you might be imparting on your children? Is it something that I feel like I would be worried about it at every second, and I would be real guarded about my mouth most of all, but also my actions. Is that something that weighs on you for the entire childhood all the way until they leave college? Is that something that you deal with for a little bit and you kind of get used to? What's it like?
You got to have a little bit of a plan going into it. Like, I knew full well I needed to, and I have legitimately used this term their entire lives. I had to brainwash them with music, which has been amazing because now that they're all in their early 20s, they'll be like, oh my God, I didn't even know I knew this song. 2 of my kids have hit me up with The Best of Bread now, talking about, oh my God, I didn't even know it sunk in, but I'm glad that it did. The effort was put forth, and they have great taste in music, which I'm very happy for. But I would say that you do think a lot about long-term effects. You also think about short-term effects, but I think you learn very quickly how much they absorb. For a year of my life, I lived in Wyoming. You know about this. My son was a newborn, and the other 2, 4 and 2 years old, just little kids running around. And, one was just starting to talk. And my ex and I, we used to watch Family Guy a lot. And there was an episode where they made their own cable channel, and Peter Griffin had a TV show that was called The Side Boob Hour, and he makes this voice that the Peter voice, and he's like, do you like that? Well, you shouldn't, because that's my side boob. And when my toddler said that out loud in public, I realized we had to really be a lot more careful about what we say and do around the kids. So, yeah.
Did he give that Rhode Island twang to it, too? Was it even in the voice?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Full in.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Huge Family Guy fan over here, so I know exactly. I can picture what you're talking about right now, and hearing a toddler say it might be one of the better days of my life.
She did it out of the side of her mouth and everything. She was like, that's mine. It was so bad.
I love it.
Mortified.
I love it. Oh, man. See, this is one of the things. It's like, I don't know how I would do as a parent. I'll probably never know. But one thing I can say is that moments like that, I would be the dad in the mall that's laughing, not the dad that's rectifying the problem. And that's why I'm not sure how it would go for me. So
that's what dads do, man. They give the kids steak before they have teeth. That's what dads do. Maybe that was just my household. I don't know.
Well, hopefully it was a tender steak. That's all I can say. Not one of those overcooked hockey puck steaks.
Everyone lived to talk about it. So
great. That is actually what we're concerned about here. So, all right, well, let's bring our drivers in here. We have 4 drivers today joining us for our Father's Day special. Very excited about it. It's going to sound a lot like our Mother's Day special. We're just having fun here today and giving all the flowers, or excuse me, all the golf balls and all the fishing tackle, all of the ammunition, all of the steak. We're giving that to Dad today. I typically say flowers, but I don't think dads want flowers on Flowers Day. It's what is the kind of the coincidence? What do you do on Father's Day? Is it a leave him alone, just let him be, give him a day on the golf course or whatever he wants to do? Or are you guys spending that day together?
Oh, he likes to be pampered. So, breakfast, I got to make something with bacon. It's like meat all day, a meat extravaganza. And then, I've told you before, he's a sneaker guy. So there might be some shoes or a new hat involved. Whatever makes him happy. For my dad, though, he's not hard. He wants a dozen Krispy Kreme hot glazed donuts.
That's, I'll tell you, man after my own heart right there. Name a day that's a bad gift to receive. I don't know if you can. Let's get our drivers in here.
Welcome to the gold standard of podcasts for the gold standard of drivers. This is the Liquid Trucking Podcast with your host, Marcus Bridges.
All All right, welcome back into the Liquid Trucking Podcast on our Father's Day special. Amanda, they say the apple does not fall very far from the tree. If you asked my mother if I'm like my dad, she would say yes in a lot of ways. How much are you like your dad?
I will say my husband just had dinner with my father for the first time this past Sunday, and he came from the dinner saying, "Oh, wow, it all makes sense now." So
Boy, it makes it easy to connect those dots once you meet the dad, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That's what we're here to talk about today, and we've got 4 Liquid Trucking drivers joining us. Let's bring them in here. First, let's welcome to the show Matthew Stevens. Matthew, welcome back to the show, and happy Father's Day to you, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
Of course, you're always welcome. Also joining us today, we've got Brian Gilkey. Brian, a very happy Father's Day to you too, my friend.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Glad to have you here, man. Also joining us, we've got Michael Donut Duncan on the line. It's been a few since we've talked to you, Donut. Welcome back. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Now, as we revealed on this show to the Liquid Trucking world, Donut, you've got a couple of buns in the oven. You thought you might only had one. Yeah. Turned out that there was double buns. So everything's still going good right now. You're a couple months in here. Mom's doing good so far.
Yeah, pregnancy brain is a real thing. I have found things that do not belong in a freezer ever in the freezer, like one of her makeup palettes that we were searching for today.
I love it.
I'm sure Amanda's got some experience with pregnancy brain. You ever put anything in the freezer, like a remote control or anything like that wasn't supposed to be there?
Oh, my kids will never let go of the fact that I would put the cereal in the fridge and the milk in the cabinet. So it happens. It's a real thing.
Yeah, I guess that's better than Tang in the coffee maker, but it's still, you might want to find that milk before a week goes by, right?
Exactly.
I make sure all of the energy drinks are nowhere near the coffee maker.
There you go.
I don't need to hear color.
There you go, man. There you go. Donut, thanks for joining us, man. Always a pleasure to have you. And finally joining us today, we've got Big J DeFore on the line. Big J, thanks for joining us, man. I'll say happy Father's Day to you because you said that while you don't have biological kids, you are a father in other senses, and that deserves a happy Father's Day, man. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Thank you.
But we're not going to call you daddy, so forget it.
Well, I'm
nobody's daddy. I'm nobody's daddy.
Well, you could be my sugar daddy. You're out there getting paid by the hour, man. Come on.
There you go.
Oh.
So,
have you guys been listening in on our group call?
Oh, man, if I could only be a fly on the wall for all of those, I think I would have a lot of fun, but this podcast would go in a multitude of different directions, so...
Hey, I mean, if you want, I could get you into my driver's group chat.
It's like I've got a little instinct for self-preservation. I don't know if I'd survive it, to be honest with you, but it would be entertaining.
Well, Mr. Duck is in it, too, so, yeah.
Okay, well, maybe someday. I get a lot of stuff going on during the day, but there are the occasional days where I just have nothing on the schedule. I might send you a text message one of these days that I don't have anything and just say, put me in there, but don't tell anybody that I'm in there.
Yes.
All right, fellas, let's get started here. The first thing I want us to do is be able to brag a little bit, all right? If there's one thing dads are good at, it's bragging on their kids, and I think that we should just jump right in here. And actually, I've just got a few questions here, and you're going to kind of give us some stats. So, Donut, I'm going to start with you. Give us the scouting report, names, ages, and maybe even a little bit of personality in there as far as the kids running around for you.
Okay. Well, due to some circumstances outside my control, the little ones are no longer part of my life. But because I one of my partners is older than me, she has adopted kids who are the same age as me and a little bit younger.
Okay.
So I'm actually.
Oh shit.
So I'm actually like a step grandpa.
All right, I got
at
it, man.
34.
At 34, and you've also got a couple on the way, like we said. So you're about to start this whole process over as dad, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's going to be interesting to tell my to tell my our 33-year-old our 33-year-old daughter that she's going to be a sibling again, and our 5-year-old granddaughter that she's about to have new aunts and uncles.
Well, that'll be fun, right? That's all part of navigating being a parent, is trying to figure out how to have those conversations and make them actually mean something, right?
Yeah, well, I'm crazy. I'll probably just put it out there just straight up. Maybe it's the tism, maybe it's the insanity. I don't really know.
Well, I mean, I should say, you were telling every driver that I brought in, you were the first guy I got on the phone, and every driver that I added to the call, you said crayons on the left, straight jackets on the right. So,
Yes, did.
if I can't say anything else about you, Donut, you're very self-aware, and I think there's something to be said for that, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Brian, let's go to you, man. How many kids you got? What are their names? How old are they?
I have 6. I have Raina, she's 30. Gabriella, she's 25. Bria, she's 24. Michaela, she's 19. Brian Jr., he's 18. And then my youngest son is Kanan. He's 15, about to be 16.
Wow. So you've cleared most of them out of the house by this point, but you still got one running around? Is that what it sounds like?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has 2 more years until he graduates high school.
And is that 2 more years that are never going to end, or is that 2 more years that can't end quick enough?
According to him, it can't end quick enough.
Aw. They always feel that way till they get on their own, and then all of a sudden you start getting really weird phone calls like I do from my one in college in Washington State, and she'll just be like, Mom, you know how you used to say, and it's everything you wanted to hear when they were 16, but they'll say it when they're 19 or 20.
Have you found that, Brian, with your kids that are out of the house? You start getting some of those phone calls on the road?
Yeah, Dad, I should have listened to you. I wish, because the way I raised my kids was, no matter what you do in life, there's a good consequence and a bad consequence. Now, depending on which path you choose, you have to deal with the consequence of that. So
Absolutely.
that's, kind of how it was.
That brings up something in my mind that I was thinking about today. I'm going to see my dad this weekend, and I've had this thought where I remember being about 14 or 15, huge Travis Barker fan, and all I wanted was the lip ring on the bottom lip that wraps over the top. And I fought my dad for months and months and months trying to get him to budge on that, and he never did. And as a 41-year-old that really takes a lot of pride in his beard, if I had a hole in my face that I could squirt water through right now, I would be so incredibly pissed off at my decision-making. I owe Dad a thank you, and it's all these years later. Amanda's got her hands over her face right now. Like, what, are you picturing me with a lip ring? Or are you picturing this conversation where I finally tuck tail and tell Dad thanks?
No, I think it was the thought of the liquid going through it, but then my immediate thought after that was, dude, that would have been a great party trick.
Yeah, right. Up until you turn 25, and then nobody wants anything to do with that guy
then
anymore,
you can't
right?
eat in public.
All right, Brian, we've heard a little bit about your kids now. Let's go on to Matthew. Matthew, how many kids you got, ages? Give us a scouting report.
I got one. We were one and done. He's 20.
Oh,
He
sorry.
is 24. Oh,
Okay.
sorry. He's 24. In the Navy. So
Awesome. That's great. Well, next time you talk to him, give him the thanks from the Liquid Trucking Podcast for his service. We
Will
love our
do.
vets here. You know that.
yes, sir.
Was that
I've been up to.
was that tough when he decided to enlist in the Navy? Was that something, we hear about how proud military parents are, and I totally understand that because I get welled up with pride for the people that are serving in the military and their families. But I have to imagine that might have not been the easiest conversation for either you or maybe his mom. Matt, what was it like when he told you that he wanted to enlist in the Navy?
We were fully supportive of it. I was in the Marine Corps when I got out of high school.
Hoorah.
So, hoorah. So I was hoping he would more lean towards the Marine Corps, but I guess the Marine Corps is a branch of the Navy. That's what where he decided to go.
You know, you Marines are so prideful, man. I had a co-host that was a former Marine, and I'll tell you, it's a special personality. But you guys don't pull any punches about the Marine Corps. You guys, it's like, hey, if you're going to be in the military, or you going to be in the Marine Corps? And
exactly.
I definitely feel that, man. So do you give him some guff? Do you kind of let him hear it every now and then?
You know he does.
Oh yeah, he is my favorite Uber.
I love it.
and like I told you on the show before, when we were talking about pranks, the day that he signed up, we couldn't go down for his swearing process because I was going through with all COVID. But I had a banner made on the house when he got back from MEPS. Said, "You are now my favorite seaman in more than one way."
Yes, I do remember that.
So
I
good.
do remember that now that you bring it back up, man. That's hilarious. Now, you said we were one and done. Was that by design? Because I got a couple of friends out there that they were gung-ho about having kids. That first one was a bit of a hair-raising experience, and yeah, one and done, just like Third Eye Blind. You got one hit wonder, and then we're calling it quits. You can only see us at the state fairs from here on out. What was that decision-making process like, or was that just something that happened, Matt?
It kind of just happened. We thought about having more kids, and then we're like, well, he's like 7, 8 years old now, and in 10 years, we're going to be 40 and not have any kids in our house. That's kind of nice.
Sure.
So we decided, now we're good.
I mean, Amanda, if you want to speak to that a little bit,
yeah.
you've kind of got a similar situation going on, right?
Nothing like an empty nest at 43, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, because, it's like you if you're one of those old dads, I don't feel like that's a bad thing. You've got more experience, more knowledge to distill. But, like, I remember sometimes, my dad's shoulder would hurt a little bit after coming out and playing catch with me, and he wasn't what I would call an older dad. But it's like, man, sooner or later the body starts to break down. Can you really be able to keep up with these kids into your 50s and 60s if you're having them? So I totally understand that, Matt. I don't know, it's... When it's something that just happens and you don't have to have the long drawn out conversation, like, do we want to have another kid, all that stuff, I'm sure it makes it a little bit easier than actually having to go through that. It's just kind of a fact of life. Yeah, you just ended up with one and you're totally happy.
It's totally happy, yeah.
Did your wife feel the empty nest thing when he left? I hear that sometimes that's a little bit worse when you have just the one child. And of course, considering the job that you do, Matt, being out on the road, how did the empty nest thing set with your wife?
It wasn't too bad. She works from home, and we got 5 dogs. So
There you go.
She's got all sorts of company there. Well, you might as well brag about the dogs, too. What are their names? How old are they? Do they love me? Because I love them.
We have Gracie. She's a Boston Terrier. She is 11, 12 years old. Toby and Mila are brother and sister. They're American Pit Bulls, and they're both 8 or 9. Charlie is a Dachshund Rottweiler mix type deal.
Yes, the best of both worlds. And Ow is absolutely right. I don't want to know who Mom was.
I hope his mom was the Rottweiler. I mean,
well, then we're going to need a specially fashioned step ladder, right?
right?
It was not sure how it happened, but somehow it happened. But yeah, she looks like a Rottweiler has been lowered and stretched.
I love it.
And her name's Charlie. We should have named her Karen because she is definitely an HOA type. She sits up on the perch and growls and barks at everything that walks across the house. So
yep, we call that neighborhood watch at my house. The 2 corgis are on duty all the time.
And then we got Wilbur. He's also a Merrill Boston Terrier, and he just turned 1.
Wilbur, what a name. Love it, man. Love it. Well, thanks for sharing up the roster with us. Tell your dogs all that I love them. I just want you to do that for me. And yeah, I know that's weird, and it's probably the first thing you're going to say when you come home. I know it's a priority for you. So
Exactly.
All right, Big J, time to get on to you now. You told me off the air you don't have any kids, but you're a dad in other ways. Talk to me about that, my friend.
Yeah. So, when I got married, I met my nephews for the first time, and they're my boys. I'm proud of them. So they're in their mid-30s now, and the youngest one, he actually has two daughters that are like 6 and 8 now, and his older brother just had a baby like 8 months ago, I think now, and we just found out that his wife's pregnant again with their second kid.
Wow, they're working hard to get these kids pumped out.
I guess so.
Is he ready for it? Was it something that was kind of planned, or is it like, wow, this was earlier?
I haven't gotten the full story of it, but I mean, it's always fun practicing, right?
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Practicing what? Watching for the stork to come? I don't get it.
Something like that. Something like that.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Bird watching, yes.
When you first kind of found that was going to be the relationship with your nephews there, how did they take to it? Sometimes, a new person comes into their life and they can be a little bit standoffish, but it sounds like your relationship developed pretty quickly, Jay.
Oh yeah, it did. There was no standoffishness at all. Like when Uncle Jay showed up, like it was down for a good time.
That's awesome. You know what? I'm not a dad. I'm the fun uncle. That's who I am for the rest of my life, and I love being that person. So I can relate.
And in all honesty, I love the fact that I can spoil the kids and just like send them packing. Don't have to deal with the consequences.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that maybe my sister gets a little bit annoyed when I show up now because as a lifelong drummer, of course, one of the nephews was like, I got to be a drummer too, and now he's got his own drum set, and pretty much every time I go over there, I'm either bringing him a new cymbal or he's sitting down and jamming the entire time I'm in the house just so I can hear it. And I have to assume my sister's going to start to associate those things. Like when Marcus shows up, it gets loud in here, which that's probably always been the case. But Amanda's looking at me like it's loud anywhere you go. There doesn't have to be a drum set.
I'm just thinking like if you were that uncle in my life, I would ban you from my house.
Which means I would just be shipping stuff on Amazon.
Dude.
I know the address. You can't keep me out of there. All right.
Right.
Here's some questions I got for you guys. And let's go back to the beginning here, back to Donut. What surprised you the most about becoming a father? What was something that you did not see coming? What was something that you learned? Anything like that. Now, because this is where we can really get to the profound on this podcast. There's not very many times when I'm going to speak so profoundly about something, but I feel like fatherhood is one of those things that can actually alter your personality. It can change the person that you are. So that's where this question comes from. What surprised you the most, Donut, about becoming a dad?
There are two things that are really different. As you guys know, I've played the dad role before in other people's lives. When I've dated people, or I have friends and stuff who the father of the children just kind of bounced, didn't want to be there, and I stepped in and went, "Nope, I got this."
Right.
Until you tell me otherwise, I'm here. and I've done that, but finding out that I'm going to be a father, it has a little bit, it feels like it has that extra responsibility on it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, I gotta make sure that my schedule is ready for this. And I gotta make sure that I make room for this. And with the ADHD, the TISM, and other stuff that we know I have in my poor noodle, like I'm planning years and years and years in advance. It's like, what if this? What if that? All of us drivers, know exactly what I'm talking about because we do that for possible issues on the road. We just sit there and think, okay, if this happens, I need to do this and this and this so that we're ready when it does. And I'm already doing that with being a dad. And one of the things that surprised me about it is I've battled with a lot of anxiety in my life. And when I'm thinking about being a dad and all of the being a father and all the stuff I have to keep in mind, I don't feel that anxiety. I'm just like, okay.
That's interesting. That's really interesting because I could pick out, I just looking at Amanda's reaction when you said that, I would think that might exacerbate the anxiety a little bit, Donut.
I thought the same thing, and I was sitting there thinking about it one day. I'm like, honestly, I don't feel more anxious. I actually feel like I've done the dad thing. I was primary caregiver for myself and my sister and a lot of my foster siblings when I was growing up, because our parents had to work. They had to be away. They had to do a bunch of stuff. And I was left in charge of everybody. Even my foster siblings who were 6-7 years older than me, I was in charge of their well-being. I don't know why. Why am I the responsible one? I feel like we're in a bad situation if I'm the voice of reason.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised how parents can pick that stuff out, and foster parents too, right? It's like, we better put Donut in charge because he's clearly worried about everything. And if he worries about everything, that means that the other kids can go be kids, and we can just have our one worrier be responsible. I get that.
That's the part that surprised me is I wasn't worried, and I had to break that down like I just did and be like, okay, why? Like, I have more anxiety over the fact I wasn't anxious.
And there you have the anxiety loop, people. If you have anxiety and you don't have anything to be anxious about, you'll be anxious about that. So it just is the way it is, man. But that's great because you kind of illustrated my point there. Sort of a monumental shift in your mindset. Yeah. I mean, no anxiety for something like twins. Donut, do you remember that they're twins?
Yeah. Yes, I do. I'm more worried about what I'm worried about is twins, identical or otherwise, are going to have different. They're going to have different emotional, physical. They're going to have different interests, different needs, and my biggest anxiety, worry about that is other people trying to treat them like they're exactly the same.
Sure. Then that's definitely something that happens with twins. I grew up with I think 2 or 3 sets of twins in my school, and they were very different, but also very much the same. And you could tell sometimes, especially in those later years when they're really developing their own personalities and they're becoming their own people, if a teacher or a coach or a fellow kid called them by the wrong name, you could see, like, it was funny with the 2 guys. There was twins that were boys. One of them was just the sweetest, softest, most the other one was a very athletic, kind of aggressive guy, and you could see the anger boil when somebody called him by his brother's name. It was just, they're different people, and they deserve that attention, and they deserve the, all the things that those of us that don't grow up with a mirror image person standing in the room all the time deserve. So I totally get that, man. Good point there. Brian, I'm going to go to you next, man. What changed about you when you became a father, or what surprised you the most, I guess is the question.
I was kind of like carefree growing up, like I didn't really have any worries or nothing like that. Like I was just like, just live life every day. Like whatever happens that day happens. Then after I had kids, it was like, that changed. I started being more cautious and started being like more protective of children, if that makes sense.
Yeah. That's just his fatherly instincts, right?
I guess you could say that because, my kids would say I was strict because I wouldn't let them go anywhere. But I was always worried that bad things would happen if they would go and I couldn't be there to protect them. Mm-hmm. And so I guess you could say I was very overprotective of my children until they got older. Like my 3 oldest, they tell the other ones, y'all are lucky. Dad is so laid back and cool now. He wasn't cool when I was little. He was mean. And it's just, I didn't want anything bad happening to them because, there's some stuff as parents you could actually protect your children from, but there's some stuff you can't protect them from. So I tried to minimize all the stuff that I couldn't protect them from while I wasn't around.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It totally does. Amanda, I wonder if you've got any thoughts on that, having kids yourself, that whole protective thing, mama bear type stuff. I know you to be a person where if somebody crossed one of your kids, they might come out of the whole thing with their eyes crossed. So talk to me.
I mean, if you ask my kids, they'll tell you that I'm the worst, that I was the most strict, that I had them in car seats till they were 16. Like they will They will tell you that I was the most strict parent ever, but I know exactly what he means in those situations where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't be there to protect them. I remember my oldest made plans to go to the high school football game when she was still just in her last year of middle school. And we had this feeling like something was going on, right? So I made plans with another mom that we would go and we would bring the younger siblings. So my oldest gets off the school bus, skipping down to the driveway. I tell her, hey, we're going to go with you tonight. And she immediately bursts into tears. So I knew my instincts were correct. She was probably planning to meet up with a boy and maybe nothing particularly scary, but you gotta trust those parenting instincts. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being overprotective, but that's because I was.
Well, and it softens as the years go on. Like you were saying, Brian, I'm only one of 2 kids. I only have an older sister, and she's only about 3 years older than me, 4 years older than me, and she would tell you the same thing. Like, they let that kid get away with anything he wanted to, and I had to be lily white and perfect the whole time. I didn't feel that, I think I was a little bit more of a screw up, if you want my honest opinion, but I didn't feel like I got any punches pulled. Yeah.
That's me in a nutshell, because my sister is almost 10 years older than me. So by the time she was becoming, I guess you would say a young adult, I was still a little kid. Mm-hmm. So by the time I started growing up, she was grown and gone and had kids of her own. So she was like, mom, just let you do whatever you want to do. and I did have a lot of free leeway, I was a party goer, I was a jock, I was popular in school and stuff like that. But, my mom wasn't as strict on me as she was my sister. Like, if my sister wanted to go somewhere, she would have to take me. When it was me, my mom was like, leave.
Get out.
Leave. Don't even take the dog. Just come back at dinner if you're hungry, right?
Not even. She's like, you don't even have to call and check in. And I was like, but she's like, hey, just go. You'll be back when you want to be back. I was like, okay. So it was a lot of leeway whenever I was growing up versus when my sister was growing up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can see that. How about for you, Matthew? What surprised you the most about becoming a father?
The need to start taking better care of myself.
Interesting. Talk to me about it.
I was kind of the same. I was kind of carefree and just did what I want, went where I want, did everything. And as soon as I was a dad, and I wanted to make sure that I was going to be around more.
And was it like changes for your habits? Like, you start eating better? Did you start exercising? You start driving safer? That type of thing?
All of it.
It makes me so sad when a dad sells his motorcycle or his sports car when he has a kid. That one always breaks my heart. Like, oh.
I didn't get rid of the motorcycle, but I did start riding safer.
There you go. See,
there you go.
And I think that's important too, because what you realize, it sort of connects a little bit to what Brian was saying, is like, if you do have something happen, whether it be on the job or on the motorcycle or out at a party or you name it, that might inhibit your ability to look out for your kids, to be there for them. And you don't want to ever have to go through that because you're dedicated as a dad, right? You kind of just get put in that position. It's like time to dedicate or time to be a deadbeat dad. And, everybody that we talk to on here obviously chose the dedication path, which thank God for that. You guys deserve a lot of credit for that, because that's not a thought, Matthew, that every dad has when they become a kid. I know a lot of them that just kind of keep going business as usual. And a lot of times there's some struggles in the household with that child's behavior, with their, emotional ability to handle things. It really does make a difference to have a dad around that's concerned and that is looking out for stuff like that, man. Hats off to you for that. And I assume you're still carrying those habits forward today?
Yes.
There was a little delay there. I wasn't sure if he was going to go, I did pop one wheelie on the motorcycle last week. But
I mean, we still ride, and I ride a little bit more here and there, and not as safe as I used to be. But, sorry, there's a guy hooking a trailer right next to me. We just kind of do our own thing.
Sure.
I mean, especially with him. Hell, he's been out of the house for 6 years now, so.
Right, and he's not necessarily doing the thing that lets you know that he's just 100% safe all the time. I mean, the military, being in the Navy, you know, things can happen. They don't have to be deployed for bad things to happen. Training exercises, all that type of stuff that they're working with out there. So, you know, I get that, right? He's been out of the house. You're a little bit used to that at this point in time.
Yes.
Got it. Big J. Now,
Yes, sir.
I know that you didn't have that kind of transformative moment of becoming a true father, but that doesn't mean that you didn't transform something about yourself when you became a father figure for your nephews. Did you feel anything about your personality change? Because that is, like I said, I'm the fun uncle. Like, not a lot changed about me other than I have to watch my mouth, obviously, because they're sponges and I talk all the time. So
Right.
what changed about you, or what surprised you the most when you started to be that awesome uncle that those boys have?
I mean, really nothing. 'Cause, I mean, my personality had always been the same growing up. I mean, there's not really much to say about that for me.
That's okay. I mean, look, the reason that they love you so much is because of who you are, right? That's kind of the cool part,
Right.
too. You get to embody that
Exactly.
more.
Exactly.
That's great, man. I love it. See, and that's why I wanted to get as many of you guys as wanted to join us on here, because everybody's a little bit different, and there's value in all of it, and we're here to honor that value today. Something that really sticks out to me, and I know that my dad is listening to this, and he is going to love this story. I really hope that he chose to have my mom on board today, too, listening at the same time, because my next question has to do with the dad transmission, okay? Kind of the guts that drive the dad in our life. And my dad was great with sayings, okay? There's a lot of these sayings that you hear me say on this show. I've said, wish in one hand and crap in the other and see which one fills up first. I heard that 10,000 times when I was a kid. And you just learn not to say, I wish I had this or I wish I had that anymore.
Right.
But the story that I'll tell you, he only said this once, and I remember it verbatim. I can still picture it. My sister and I had gotten new rollerblades for, it was around spring break. Weather was starting to get good. Her and I were in the garage ripping hot laps. I'm playing roller hockey. She's dancing to Barbie music or whatever. And we get done. It's time for lunch, and we just shed our skates and our knee pads, and we go inside and we're eating. And I heard a little bit of a racket out in the garage, and I didn't quite know what it was. And suddenly my dad appears in the kitchen, and he says, both of you out in the garage right now. And so we go out, and he sits us down on the garage step, and he points at me, and he says, you have your room. He points at my sister, and he said, you have your room. He points at the garage around him, and he said, this is my room. The rest of the house belongs to your mother. Don't come into my room and leave your shit strewn all over the place. He said, I built you a box to put all of your shoes and all of your skates and everything in. Why is it when I walk into my room, I trip over 2 pairs of rollerblades and a bunch of pads and helmets and hockey sticks? Clean up my room or you don't get to use it. I'm telling you, stuck with me like nobody's business. I've said that to my wife. You have your room, I have my room. And so I wonder for you guys if there's anything that your dad used to say to you that you heard thousands of times over, whoever the father figure was in your life. Do you have one of those that kind of sticks with you and maybe was even a little bit formative in your more pliable years there? Donut, I'll go to you first.
My father, he consistently says to me when I'm spinning around in circles, the ADHD going mad, trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing, or anybody, it seems like they're trying to rush through something. He'll stop you, put his hand on his shoulder, and go, "Slow down, you're going too slow."
Slow down, you're going too slow. I like that. Mm-hmm. That's an interesting way to put it, and how applicable to the job that you do. How many times do you imagine your dad's hand on your shoulder saying that when you're out doing the job that you have, Donut?
all the time. All the time. Especially in traffic. Especially in heavy traffic. It's like, crap, this guy's doing this. Slow down. You're going too slow. Okay.
Yes, sir. I'm going to use that out on the golf course because that's where I find myself like, what is this guy doing? This dude's an idiot. That guy can't golf. Why is he even here? Slow down. You're going too slow. Like, let's bring it down a notch, man. That's great. I love that. And you know what? There's a reason I wanted to do this part of the segment here today. I know we're all going to get something out of all of this. Amanda, slow down, you're going too slow. Mean anything to you?
No, never.
Yeah, right. She's being facetious. She's more like me than what you guys might think. I'll tell you that.
Somebody's got to be good cop and somebody's got to be bad cop, Marcus. And I don't know who's who. They can figure it out. But as long as we're different enough, it's going to be okay.
There you go. Well, I think you keep me honest, Amanda. That's the main reason we got you in here. Like, we got to get somebody in there to check this guy every now and then. And we found you. I'm not joking. Brian, how about for you, man? That dad transmission, was that thing ever really well maintained at your house? Did your dad have any sayings that have stuck with you into your adulthood?
Oh yeah, my dad was a truck driver, so his favorite thing to say when somebody would do something stupid was, "You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink."
That's right.
Yep. Amen to that. And that is one that you can say so many times in just the course of a given day, isn't it, Brian?
Oh yeah.
Do you find in the work that you do that it calms you down from time to time, kind of keeps you level just to hear that dad phrase echo in your mind?
I think about it when somebody does something stupid and I start laughing. And I'm like, this is exactly that moment he would say this.
Yep. That's great. That's an awesome one. Matthew, on to you, man. Dad phrases. You got any of them that you remember from your upbringing?
You can buy them books. You can buy them books. What do? They eat the damn paper.
I love how so many of these are about a dad looking at just life happening in front of him and going, everybody's an idiot.
Yep.
Like, that's kind of what it is.
Yep.
Like, everybody in the world is just doing their best and nobody's good at it. It's great, man. I love it. So I assume you probably that's one that you'll sit there and watch guys at the truck stop do things that other drivers at the truck stop will do, and you just sit there and talk about them eating pages in your mind, don't you?
Yep, every single day. My dad was a truck driver as well for his entire life, my entire life that I knew he was alive, and that's the one that I remember all the time.
Oh, that's great, man. That's awesome. Well, may he rest well for coming up with such a great phrase there and having it stick with you. Truck drivers come up with some of the best phrases. I mean, you guys are hard to compete with when it comes to just saying things, you know, like I one time had a truck driver say that guy's got 2 brain cells and they're fighting for last place. Where did you come up with that? Where did that come from? And what you realize is a lot of it was, hey, their dad did the same job and this is how you cope with it out there. Right, Matthew?
Exactly. Yep.
I love it, man. Big J, you had a father figure in your life, man. Did he have any phrases like this that really stuck with you into adulthood?
Not really. Like, the only one I could think of off the top of my head is, "I brought you into this world and I'll take you out."
Yep. Universal, that one. Universal. Amanda's shaking her head because she said that a time or two.
You know I have.
I found one. This one is what I use. You know, I say all the time. I say everybody's working with a 60-watt bulb, and here this jackass is working with a black light.
That's right.
Oh, that's so good, man. That's so good. Well, let me ask you this. How did your dad influence you? And Jay, I'll just keep it here with you, and we'll go back through the order backwards. But how did your dad influence you? What parts of your dad do you see in you right now?
So I grew up as an only child with no father. Mother worked all the time. So mother tried to do the whole, take place of the father as much as she could. So, I mean, we went out and did stuff a father would do with their kids. So we go up in the mountains, go freaking take the little Datsun hatchback car we had at the time, drifting through the mountains. But then again, even the kids I grew up with, their fathers, kind of like fell in, filled in the hole a little bit too. So I mean, one year it actually snowed in Crescent City, so one of the neighborhood dads took us all out, tied a rope to the back of the truck, and put us on an inner tube and started flinging us around all over the place.
That's awesome. And that's true dad fun right there. That dad fun is that fun where it's like there is a little bit of risk involved.
Yes.
But that's okay.
But see that's the thing though. Like dads that roughhouse with their kids. It's been proved that roughhousing needs to be done because kids need to learn where their limits are at, and that's what helps out with that.
Absolutely. And, a good way to know where your limit is at is if you fart in church and you get a brain duster, that thump that comes on the side of your head that's just very, it's very discreet. Nobody else sees it, but it rattles you into a different time zone. It definitely happened to me. And yeah, my dad he would get down on the floor and wrestle with my sister and I when we were younger and toss us around, and we couldn't take him. You tried. I'm up on his neck, my sister's got a leg, and he'll just get up and go get a cookie. It's this doesn't really matter. You guys, and that is that, not only that presence in your life, but just the knowing what you're good for, knowing that you can take it. Hey, if I can sit down here and take on my dad for a good 5-minute wrestling round, I can do anything. And I think that's so important for kids, man. That's awesome that you had some neighborhood dads that filled that role. And another type of person that we should probably tip our hats to on today's episode is guys like you, Big J, guys that are filling in, guys like Donut that have filled in when the other father isn't there, can't be there, whatever the case may be. We need guys like that in this world because there are kids out there that won't have the father figure. And I think it's really cool, Jay, that you mentioned that you grew up without a dad and then later on in life you become sort of a father figure for your nephews. That's got to really well you up with pride, dude.
It does. It really does. And I've noticed that, throughout my life, between not having a dad and wanting to be a dad, that I'll start throwing out advice to people that don't even want it. It's don't ask then if you don't want it.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's that, and then I know I've done it. I know I've done it with Donut. We'll be talking and I'll just spout some random shit that he didn't even ask for, and whether he accepts it or not, that's up to him.
I hear you, man. I love that. Matthew, how about for you? Where do you see your dad in adult Matthew? Were there any traits or anything like that kind of show up a little bit later in life you weren't expecting?
Everybody says I look exactly like my father. Right? I got a coffee cup that has a picture of my dad holding me when I was 3 years old, and if I show it to somebody today, they think I'm the old person in the in the picture. But
that's great.
Our actions, our sense of humor we're exactly the same person for the most part.
That's cool, man. That's really cool, and that's fine with you, right? You're happy about that. That's a good thing.
Absolutely. The only thing I don't have that my dad had is the laugh that he had.
That's a hard one to replicate, right? You don't get to pick your laugh.
Yeah, in high school, I'd be in the middle of the football field, and I could tell when my dad was there because I could hear him across the football stadium.
Oh, wow.
That's literally
That's
me,
awesome.
Seriously. If I could pick my laugh, it would not be like this.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I don't mean to say I hear you yeah, totally. I'm not piling on you. I'm just saying it's one of those things we've all snorted in public before and been good Lord, am I really that person? And yeah, you don't get to pick it. So, Brian, how about for you, man? Traits that you know your dad had that you see in yourself as an adult. Anything that stands out to you?
As far as driving, my dad was kind of one of those people who was very prideful of his vehicles, his motorcycle, his personal cars. He was always that guy that he could be nice weather and you could just have his car detailed, he's going to go out there and do it all over again because they didn't do it right.
Yeah.
He knows the best way possible.
I feel that, man. I feel that. So you're kind of the same way. You see a speck of dust, you're out there washing it again.
I just go to the car wash. The hand washing, yeah, I'm out on that because my hands are so big. It's like I hit my knuckles on everything. It's like,
yeah, well, the advancements in technology are meant to be taken advantage of, right?
right.
There you go. Donut, for you, man, traits that you've had, for traits that you saw in father figures that you had over the years, whether it be your foster parents or your biological dad, that you see in yourself today. Anything that stands out?
Oh God, all 5 of them. I do things from all 5 of them. Starting with my grandpa. One of the things he taught me was always treat everyone with a base level of respect.
That's a real good one.
Right, and then you give them what they deserve. And I watched him do that all the time. We every day went to the fitness center here in town, and he would. If it was one lady at the front desk, he'd stop, talk to her, ask her all about her family, say, hey, I heard, I remember last time we talked, your husband was in the hospital. How's he doing? Are they getting everything figured out? Like, he knew everything about her life. If it was another lady, he'd walk in and go, hey, how's your day? Oh, good, great, and keep going.
And that's
I asked him,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
I asked him, why is it so different? He's like, I don't like her. And he just kept going.
You can't make room in your day for every single person that you walk by. That's true. And I can tell you that because I've tried, and it will burn you alive inside, especially being nice to people that don't really deserve that level of respect, Donut.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He treated everyone with kindness. The only time anybody got anything else was if they put themselves negatively in the path of someone he cared about. That is the only time they saw anything less than a, hey, hi, how you doing?
Yep. And that's real dad energy right there. Like, everything's cool until you cross the line with somebody that I see myself as a protector of, and then you got to deal with me. And I see Amanda shaking her head because that's that mama bear instinct too, right?
Oh yeah, you can't help it. It just happens. It just comes on.
That's a really good one, Donut. It's a great thing to have. And listen, I've talked to you on this podcast so many times at this point. You've been on here with multiple different guests, and I can tell that you treat people with respect. That was the very first interaction I ever had with you, was on this podcast, all the way to the 40 or 50 that we've had since then. That's something you definitely carry, man. You should be proud of yourself for that.
Yeah, my grandparents, they told me the way they saw things should be, and then lived it in front of me.
That's awesome. That's all you can ask for, man. Great examples. Yep. Well,
with my bio dad, it's dad jokes. It's dad jokes for everything.
So
that man does not seem to take anything seriously.
I love that.
Do you ever get into dad joke exchanges with Jason Eisenman, VP of HR and Safety? Because that guy is a walking, talking dad joke book. I mean, he has one. We have a meeting with him right after this recording, and it's very likely that he will hit us with the dad joke if things get dry. You guys ever bounce those off of each other?
Yes, and one time I can remember it was probably the worst situation for us to do it. It was the end of the meeting and everything was already decided. We were talking about an incident. It was in a safety meeting, deciding whether or not I got to keep my job. And at the end of it, we were firing back and forth just for a little bit. I'm like, nope, I lost. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'll get my truck. I'll get my stuff ready. But yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
He's formidable as an opponent.
Me every time.
He is formidable as an opponent, man. And I mean, like I said, I've known Jason now going back a few years, and I have not heard the same dad joke twice. It is always a new one. And I'm convinced at this point that he spends time writing them. I really am. I'm impressed. I will say that, fellas. We don't have a lot more time here, and this conversation has been so good that we didn't get to everything that we wanted to here. But I do want to do this one because it's fun, And what I have here for you is a game called Finish the Dad Sentence. I'm going to give you the first part of a sentence, and you guys got to finish it for me. And this might not apply to everyone, but kind of think about it as if it did apply to you. So, Donut, I'll start with you here. Oh, goodness. He says, my kids wouldn't know that I'm terrible at blank.
Mechanics.
Oh, hey, a truck driver that can't turn a wrench. Imagine that. Are you comically bad at it, or is it just something you never took to?
It's something I never took to. My grandpa tried to teach me. My father tried to teach me. My stepdad can't do it. And my two of my foster dads would be able. They could take apart an entire engine and put it together in an afternoon with blindfolds on. And they've all tried. The four of them that could have all tried to get me under the engine, and it doesn't stick. I can change my tire. I can change my oil. I could change my spark plugs when they were still wires, not this weird brick thing. But when it gets, I can do all the basic things. Check fluids, change belts. I can do some of the hoses and stuff. Like, I can do real basic stuff. But do you want me to tell you why your engine's clicking and how to fix it? I'm going to tell you. Well, I see your problem here. Oh yeah, what is it? Your car has an engine.
Yeah, and you need to go get it checked out by somebody else, right?
Yeah.
I like it, man.
I told my stepdaughter. She was having issues with her car when I was visiting her, and she's like, Dad, it's making a weird noise. Can you look at it? I'm like, yeah, I see your problem. What? You brought it to me and not a mechanic.
There you go. All right, man. Good answer for that one, Brian. And I've got different ones for all of you guys here. So, Brian, this one's for you because you said 6 kids, man.
Yeah.
Let me put this one to you. The biggest lie I tell my kids is blank.
The biggest lie that I tell my kids that I don't have any money.
That's a good one because you're a Liquid Trucking employee, so we know that you get paid by the hour. You're out there loving your paychecks, but you're not letting that on to the kids, right? Because that's an easy way to have a hole in the bottom of the bank.
No, because once you tell one you got some money, then it gets spread around. Dad has money. Dad has money. Dad has money. And then comes the text messages and the calls. And it's really bad because I have 11 grandkids, and so it goes from Dad, I need this to Dad, can you buy this for so and so?
Oh yeah.
I need help with this. I need this. And it's like, I don't want to be an asshole and say no, but this is my money. I work for this.
Right. I get it, man. That's a good one. Because, hey, another dad statement here. Money don't grow on trees, right? And we all heard that growing up. So, good one there, Brian. Thank you for that. Matthew, coming to you here. My kids think I'm good at blank.
Oh, video games.
Your kids think you're good at video games, but you're not? Is that what you're implying?
No, I'm not the best at them.
But you can still take them. That's what matters, right?
Depending on the style of game it is.
What's your wheelhouse that you're trying to get your son to play with you?
I can do like the Maddens and the baseball games. I'm great at.
Okay.
But like the Call of Duties, I kind of lived that life for a while.
Right.
And it doesn't translate very well.
Yeah. I don't know how many of those Marines were on a dead sprint into a ninja slide, into a barrel roll out a window while shooting their gun the whole time. It's not really reality when we're talking about Call of Duty, right?
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Yes.
But
So
you'll still whip him when it comes to Madden or MLB or something like that.
Exactly.
I love it. Keep the illusion alive, Matthew. That's all I'll say, man. Keep playing Madden. Finally, let's get this over to Big J. Big J, this one is going to be funny for you, I think, because of the situation, but the moment I was the proudest as a father figure was...
The moment I was proudest as a father figure was my boys grew up and got married, had kids.
That's awesome. That's good because look, coming from the fun uncle and me, like that, my proudest moment right now is like, man, when he looked at me and said he wanted to be a drummer, and then when the other one was like, man, you golf, Uncle Marcus? I love golf. Boy, it made me feel so proud. It's like I was just an influence. I might not have even had anything to do with it, but it made me feel like I was a part of their lives. That's an even bigger one, man. Getting married, having kids, showing that some of the stuff that you taught them will now translate to their families and their kids.
Yeah, better stop saying fun uncle and start saying funkle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I got to be careful talking to truckers and calling myself something like Funkle because that can get misconstrued real quick. I know you guys. Well, fellas.
We would never.
Yeah, you would never, right? Never.
I mean, all the years they saw how I treated their aunt, and they even made fun of me of it. But now that they're older, they're married, and they see where I was coming from, they get it now.
Yeah. Yep. It means a lot, man. And just the way that you navigate through relationships, personal relationships like that, you don't understand how much kids are really absorbing when they're around you watching that stuff happen. But they're like a sponge all the time, aren't they, Jay?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Well, fellas, this has been an awesome conversation. Amanda, I've had so much fun hearing about these guys, the dad influences in their life, the dad things that they do. Can't thank you guys enough for coming on here for our Father's Day special, just to have a little bit of fun with Amanda and I. We're running out of time, so I want to get to our final thoughts here. As you guys know, you've all done the podcast before. This can be anything you want. You want to give a shout out, you want to say something to kids out there, anything you want. You go ahead and you take the floor right now. Donut, we'll start with you, my friend. Happy Father's Day. Can't wait to hear about it when those two little muffins finally show up. Thank you for being here for our Father's Day special, my friend. Final thoughts from you today.
Thank you. Just for the step kids and kids I know of mine that avidly listen to this because they just want to hear me talk blather on like an idiot for about 20 minutes. I want to tell them how proud I am of them. And for my dads, I know a few of them listen to this as well. And happy Father's Day. I really appreciate everything you guys have taught me.
Great stuff there, man. Great stuff. Powerful stuff. I didn't know that your family listened as much as they do, and I love it. I'm super happy that they do. And tell them thank you from Amanda and I, because every click means something to us.
Oh, they're everywhere.
That's awesome, man. Well, thanks for being here today, Donut. Brian, we'll go on to you, my friend. Happy Father's Day to you, and final thoughts from you. Thank you so much for your time today.
Not a problem. Thank you. My final thoughts is just enjoy the little moments in life while you have them, because those little moments start to become big moments in life, and time starts moving fast as you get older. So just enjoy the youth while you have it.
Sage advice there, Brian. I see Amanda shaking her head in a similar situation as you, getting the kids out of the house. Amanda, do you feel like those moments were quite fleeting now that you look back on them?
There's one phrase people always used to say, and it hits home so hard now, and that's that the days are long, but the years are short. So you go through that period where your kids are stressing you out. You can't wait for the day that they leave, and then they leave, and you're like, wow, that went so incredibly fast. I just wasn't ready. So I definitely feel that all the way through.
My sister just shared a picture of the first day of school and the last day of school of her two boys, and one of them turned into a man this year.
Right.
I can't explain it. He's almost as tall as me. That was a child at the beginning of the school year. That is a different person now. I can't believe how quickly they grow up.
You got to wait for all the boys whose voices drop between 5th grade and 6th grade. That always blows my mind.
I love it. That little honk,
yeah,
that kind of honk that they do, and all of a sudden they got that deep voice.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't get mine until I was 26, but thanks for bringing it up. Matthew, we'll go to you, my friend. Thank you so much for your time today. Happy Father's Day to you. Final thoughts for us, and thanks for joining us today.
For the ones that have the young kids and are becoming new fathers, just enjoy it, embrace every moment of it. It goes so much faster than you could ever imagine. My son is 24. He's been in the Navy for 5-6 years now. And it seems like yesterday I'd come off the road for the 4 years that he was going to be in high school, and I was picking him up and then dropping him off at his first day of freshman year. And it goes so quick. Cherish those moments.
Another bit of really good advice there, Matthew. Thank you for that, and thank you for joining us today. Obviously, last but not least at all, Big J DeFore, happy Father's Day to you. Happy Funkles Day. We need one of those.
Okay.
Final thoughts from you, Big J, before we let you go today.
Pretty much everybody just summed it up pretty good. I mean, one of the things my mom told me growing up was, and this is going to be the same thing of what was already said, is, stay as young as one of the best pieces of life, like, stay as young as I can. Don't grow up, because before you know it, you'll be an adult, and you can't get that time back.
Nope.
So keep playing with toys, put the phones down, get outside, break some bones, skin your knees, have, like I would have said, have fun, enjoy your childhood while you can.
Yes, sir.
And the same thing, enjoy your adulthood while you can, because even I've been driving for 20 years, and the day I realized it, I'm like, where did that time go? Because it feels like I just barely started.
Yep. Time goes very fast, and take it from somebody who's 41 years old and wearing skate shoes right now. I have not been on a skateboard in a decade, but they keep me young and they keep me grounded, quite literally.
Right.
So, gentlemen, again, thank you so much. Happy Father's Day to all of you, and happy Father's Day to everyone listening. We'll be right back to put the final touches on our Father's Day special here on the Liquid Trucking Podcast. Hang out. Big thanks to our drivers for coming on for our Father's Day special. Just again, Brian, Matthew, Donut, and Big J. You guys are awesome. And that was a really cool kind of perspective on Father's Day, Amanda, because, not everybody we had in here is a father, but they might be a father figure of some way, shape, or form. And they also came on the show to talk about their dads, which is something that I really obviously resonate with, being as close as I am with my father. Just a cool episode there. That was really fun. I enjoyed that a lot.
I love all of the different types of people that work for Liquid, all the different walks of lives, all the different types of family. Also, oh my gosh, I can't believe you didn't tell me that Donut was having twins. That was how I found out. I was like, oh my God, what?
I forgot. I forgot. So we did the announcement on the show. But he called me later, texted me later, and told me that it was twins. So I totally spaced that. I'm surprised you didn't stop the show dead and be like, wait, what did you say?
Sir, I spent half the episode waiting for you guys to clarify if it was twins or if both of his partners were pregnant. I didn't know. I just heard two babies, and I'm going, man, if anybody, though, is built to be a dad to two at once, my gosh, the personality of that man, he's going to be the best dad.
Yeah, he really is, man. And you can tell... he's got those nerves, but they're those good nerves. Like, he's excited for it. He's ready for the challenge. Look, I can't imagine having one newborn baby in the house. That, to me, is terrifying. And to double that means it's doubly or maybe even some order of magnitude larger terrifying than that for me. So, but not Donut, man. It's water off a duck's back. He's ready to go. And so cool that he shared that with us here on the show, that not only the pregnancy announcement, but just, kind of walking us through how everything's going. Pregnancy brain, I love it. We talked about that a little bit. Something, once again, I'll never experience other than when I have it, because I have put the remote in the fridge, or my wife, sometimes she gets a little bit, she'll get to thinking about things, and she'll get really inside of her head. and she'll be doing something else, menial tasks like the rest of us. And I don't want to call it pregnancy brain because she wasn't pregnant. But one time I opened the cupboard where we have a little lazy Susan in there, and here was the lettuce, like the box of lettuce was sitting in there, and I was like, that's out of place. What am I going to find in the fridge? Empty Tupperware. That's what I found in the fridge. So, it made sense. It was just a quick swap. We just weren't quite firing on all cylinders there, but love that part from Donut there. And of course, all of our other drivers talking about, Brian with 6 kids.
6, I know. Oh, my God. Happy Father's Day to you, sir.
Absolutely.
Oh, my gosh.
That is an accomplished father, we might call it that.
Yes,
for sure.
And what did he say? 11 grandkids, something like
11.
that. That's
11.
crazy. I'm staring at the second one coming down the road here in the fall, and I can't imagine 11. Like, oh my gosh, just such a full heart on Father's Day. I can't even imagine how he feels.
I couldn't even give you 17 kids' names right now that I know. Like, I know I probably know that many kids, but I don't think I could name them off the top of my head to you right now. So just remembering who's who would be a very, very tough go for me.
Sleepy.
Yeah, right. I'd have to start are you guys wearing your jerseys? I bought you the jerseys for a reason. I let you pick your number. 2 of you picked, 3 of you picked the same number. That made it really hard. That's why we added names on the back.
Maybe we can ask your wife the youngest age for adult consent of a tattoo. You just give each one of them a little stamp.
There you go.
Don't forget.
There you go. That's thinking right there. Oh, man. And, of course, we can't forget Big J. Really did resonate kind of with Big J and his being a father figure for a couple of nephews. I don't get to see my nephews very often, but I will get to see them this weekend. I'm really excited about it. And, I'm the Funkle. We've established that as the term, and I just love to see them, grow up. Like I said, they are just in the course of a year they changed as people, and but still, like the younger one, every time I see him, the older one will run in and kind of jam on his drums a little bit. Well, the younger one just started playing saxophone, Amanda.
Oh,
so
God.
we got to hear the Christmas concert from the saxophone the last time I was in town, and that was mid-spring, so it made sense that's when we were hearing it. But he just wanted to play for his uncle, and I get it. I'll sit there for the concert every single time. It's such a cool feeling to have all of the good and none of the challenge. That's what the fun uncle gets. None of the challenge. I've never had to discipline those boys once.
That's my favorite thing, is to take my nephew for ice cream and then take him home.
Yeah, exactly. Right before dinner. Like, he's full of cookies and cream. You probably don't even need to feed him the vegetables. I love it. I love it. And, of course, also, we got to mention Matthew Stevens, his son, and thank you, not only thank you to his son for his active service, but thank you to Matthew for his service in the Marine Corps. That's something that it's a lot like trucking. If it's in your blood, it's in your blood. And a lot of times you will see generations of family members enter the armed forces. And you heard Matthew talk about it. It's like, I was a little nervous at first, but that goes away. He's been in for 6 years now. It just is what it is. I couldn't imagine. I really couldn't, but really cool to hear Matthew talk about it, because you can hear the pride well up in his voice. And, of course, putting a big banner on your house that says, "You're now my favorite seaman for 2 reasons." I mean, that's just a slam dunk. That's the kind of stuff I love. Like, we talked about giving guff in the intro. That can happen with kids too. That's kind of how you shape them and mold them for that type of thing.
And those two, that I would love to be a fly on the wall for the smack talkery between a Navy member and a Marine. Like, oh my gosh, you would probably pee your pants. You'd probably laugh so hard that's the only outcome that's possible.
Yeah, you would. And then you'd look at those 2 guys and go, these are the type of guys we need protecting our freedoms. Mm-hmm. These are the dudes right here. And can't thank them enough for that sacrifice that they make, because not all those guys come home. I hate to say that. It's a very, very sobering truth, and that's one of the reasons that we always make room for vets or active duty service members anytime on this program. Huge soft spot for those guys, and really appreciate Matthew bringing that up for us. So Just a fantastic episode all the way around. This is an episode you can play for your dad on Father's Day, having no connection to Liquid Trucking. Maybe you're one of those people out there listening that's thinking about coming to work for Liquid Trucking. Maybe you're not a truck driver at all. You just found this podcast and you decided that you enjoyed it. Listen to it with your dad this week. I think you'll really enjoy that. Time for us to put the brakes on it, though, Amanda. We got so much more out of our drivers than what we thought we would. We went over an hour with that interview, which, I mean, there's one thing that's very honest truth about that. It makes our job super easy.
Definitely. And we get entertained at the same time.
We do. Great stories today. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, Liquid Trucking and beyond. Want to make sure that everybody that is a father or a father figure hears that from us. And again, tell your dad Happy Father's Day from us too. And just for kicks, tell your dogs that we love them, because that's something that happened in this show. And we just want to, I had to go down this morning, Amanda. There were 2 rogue German Shepherds in my driveway this morning. And when I walked out, I knew whose dogs they were, but I've never seen them outside of their cages before. And when I stepped outside, outside of their fenced area, when I stepped outside, they kind of stepped to me a little bit like, what's this guy want? And I was like, these dogs are wolf size.
Right.
And then a lady stopped on my like in the cul-de-sac, and she's like, "Are these your dogs?" And she was kind of bitchy about it. And I was like, "No, they're not. They're my neighbors, but I've never seen them out of their enclosure before." Well, what are you gonna do? And I've still got this massive wolf-sized dog standing like 5 feet from me, kind of doing the check-in, like is lunging at you a little bit just to see if you're gonna be afraid. And I looked at this lady and I was like, I'm taking care of this, but I'm going to wait for these wolf dogs to clear me a path. I don't know them yet. Like, I'm not losing a finger today because you're out there in your Hyundai all pissy. Sorry. I digress. We don't need story time with Marcus every time we get it, but that was, we talked about dogs. Happy Father's Day, damn it. To all the dads out there, Liquid and beyond, you've been awesome today. We will see you next week. Same time, same place, 5 a.m. Wednesday, local time, for a new episode of the Liquid Trucking Podcast. Stay safe out there, drivers. Keep the shiny side up.
Thanks for tuning in and being the gold standard of drivers on the road. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and tune in next week for another episode of the Liquid Trucking Podcast.
Interested in finding out more about what it takes to bring a podcast like the Liquid Trucking Podcast to your fleet? Bulldog provides tailor-made top-to-bottom podcast production services. We'll meet your terminal staff, connect with your drivers, and bring you the content you want your drivers to hear. Type bulldog.works into your browser to connect with us and learn more about what we can do for your fleet. That's bulldog.works for podcasts, tenacious recruiting, and more.